Good morning. I'm meteorologist Lisa Green here with a look at what we can expect for today, for what we can expect as we head into the coming weeks here, or excuse me, coming days, as we are looking at the potential for more rain and more gloomy weather going on as well. So again, we are first alerting you to what is a gloomy, rainy end of the week for today. The rain hasn't quite started up yet, though we have had some mist and some drizzle out there. And that is the rain going to be more likely to return as we head into the evening hours for tonight, heading into the day tomorrow. So let's take a look at where we are at. We've had some fog. That has improved significantly. You can see that visibility looks much, much better in Cavalier. This is west of town. You can see the trees changing color there too. This is an area that was completely kind of filled with fog, this little valley here earlier on. So that's nice to see that to return to better visibility. But we're not quite there yet in some places. Valley City is still at a quarter mile, Rolla at 0 for visibility right now, Fargo, Grand Forks at 10 miles. So here's a look out in Fargo. This was another area where we didn't necessarily see fog get really dense, but from our vantage point on our Skycam about 200 feet off the ground here on our tower at the station in South Fargo, we couldn't make out downtown, which is about 2 miles away. So that was this morning where we were able to see it. So we did have some fog, some low clouds, and now conditions are looking better as well in Fargo. Temperatures are on their way up. We're in the 40s, mid to upper 40s here this morning, and we'll continue to see those numbers climb. So radar satellite showing some areas of clouds around a good portion of the region. You can see Grand Forks, Fargo. There's rain into western North Dakota, into eastern parts of Montana, and we'll eventually see some of that coming our way. So let's take a look at our afternoon planner. We are seeing numbers into the 50s for most areas today. Where it may be cooler is up around Devil's Lake, into the upper 40s in that area. So let's move on. Let's get into our wind. It's going to be on the lighter side through the day. This is through 10 o'clock tonight in Fargo. We'll start to see some gusts into the teens in places out west, like in the Devil's Lake area, heading into later tonight. And then gradually that wind picks up even more from there, and it will end up being a breezy to windy day for Thursday and again into Friday. So our hour-by-hour planner, we're going to start at noon and show you that, again, we've just got some cloud cover hanging around here in the valley. There are some places that may still be seeing a little bit of mist or drizzle out there this afternoon, but in general, just keeping things on the gray side. And this is 8 p.m., not a lot going on. So for your Wednesday night events that you have happening here, we are looking pretty good as far as keeping things relatively dry. But you see what happens overnight. We're going to see more isolated and then eventually more scattered areas of rain, and yes, even thunderstorms developing overnight. So Valley today starts at 4:30. That's where I've paused the clock for tomorrow morning. So at this time tomorrow, when we're kicking off the Valley today, I'll likely be tracking an isolated shower or thunder shower for you. Right now, I'm not looking at severe, but still lightning, some heavy downpours, some gusty winds associated with any thunderstorms that do develop. And then by the time we get into the morning, later morning hours, this is 8 a.m., you see more widespread areas of rain. Got a warm front lifting in as a low approaches, and so we're going to get a push of some warmer air moving into the valley. So I'm going to take a wider view here of this system as we move further into Thursday. So again, we're going to watch these bands of rain and thunder showers lifting northward, and so by the time we get into the lunch hour tomorrow, Northern Valley is still dealing with these bands of rain. But then we've got these pockets where we've got breaks, northeastern South Dakota, west central Minnesota, parts of the southern Red River basin here, experiencing some breaks in the clouds. And that there's a little bit of a break around 1 o'clock that could help to fuel a couple of isolated thunderstorms developing there as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow. This is 5 p.m. And that's not the only round. We'll see that work its way through. And then overnight, Thursday night and into early Friday, there is the potential for a few showers or thunder showers to linger. Once we see that lift northward, you can see we've got a little bit of a break Friday morning, and eventually the low itself will start to move through. We'll put this into motion. You can kind of see it swirling there. That moves through, and we'll get the wraparound rain with it initially on Friday, but fingers crossed by Friday evening, 7 p.m., looking at conditions that are going to be into the clear side potentially at that point, which would be great for any events that are going on Friday. I know we've got some schools that are getting into fall break here at the end of this week, but if you are not, if you've got a football game Friday night, looking pretty good for that second part of the day on Friday. And we'll start to quiet things down more for the weekend too. So let's take a look at our rainfall through Friday. You can see areas where we've got blue on the map, which would be less than a ½ inch of rain. We've got some areas where we have pockets of nothing. So there is that possibility where we may not see much, if anything, in some areas because that's the way scattered rain and thunder showers work. They don't hit every single location. There is the chance that we could see several spots that get a couple of rounds. It just depends on where these storms and showers set up. And in those areas, we're looking at the possibility for an inch or so, but you can see these pockets are pretty small. So that won't be the rule, that won't be the majority. We'll probably be in that ½ inch range for a lot of places. West, over toward Minot and west into western North Dakota, that's where the more substantial rain is more likely and a little more widespread with that too by the time we get into Friday evening. There's a slight chance for a little shower activity Saturday, but right now it's looking pretty quiet. So once we're done on Friday, I think the weekend, at least so far, fingers crossed for your weekend plans, we're going to be quieting things down. So temperature-wise, in our 11-day planner, you can see today going to be cool but warmer than yesterday, high of 58. And then that punch of warm air comes into the valley tomorrow, especially the southern valley, and that's going to help our temperatures to rise into the 60s on Thursday, heading into a Friday as well. But keep in mind there's going to be some wind to go with that too. We could see gusts topping 30 miles per hour both days. And then again, the weekend looking pretty good. Heading into next week, we are in the low to upper 50s, which our average high for this time of year is right there, right in the mid 50s to upper 50s, depending on where you're looking in the 11-day planner. So again, conditions are more on the gloomy side today. They will be, again, more rain. Hopefully you've got your rain boots ready to go for tomorrow. But we do get to, I guess, be rewarded for putting up with that with drier weather ahead for the weekend. So we'll continue to track this for you. We'll have another update coming up later this afternoon. And of course, I'll be back here tomorrow morning to go over the latest with the showers and thunder showers we'll be tracking. In the meantime, you can always tune in to our newscast this evening and the Valley Today tomorrow. And again, if you love the cooler weather, this is your stretch now. We're back into a more fall-like feel here in the forecast. Just looking a little gray and a little bit gloomy to go with it. Great weather to stay indoors, make some soup, and get cozy with these kind of temperatures that we're experiencing. Okay, so we will see you tomorrow, and have a great Wednesday. We're halfway through the week.